What's up, Quadcopter fans? HungerDrone.com. Today I'm going to be doing a test flight with my MJX X600 Hexacopter. Think it's to do a good review of it the first time around, just due to I lost one of the sticks off the transmitter, so I was using the throttle with my thumb and didn't really get very good feedback with it. So today, super glued these suckers in. It seems like kind of a design flaw for this transmitter and quadcopter. Just heard something turn on like one of my other transmitters. So we're going to take this thing for a flight. We're going to see how it handles with two sticks. And I do have a camera mounted on board. Now this camera is not specifically for this quadcopter. I had to do some rewiring. It's a pretty crappy video, so I'm not expecting anything great from it, but something to capture some video while we test it out to see what the lift power is and if this thing will be able to handle a Mobius or a run cam strapped to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in the quadcopter. And we have our easy on-off switch here on the back. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn it on. Switch on the receiver. And we'll go ahead and bind. We'll look at our lights below. So we'll wait for the light on the transmitter to go solid red from blinking, which indicates that it's bound, it's ready to fly. Now the grass is a little bit high, so I'm going to do a hand launch on this. In addition to that, I'm also going to turn the camera on by hitting this button here. Camera is on. So we'll go ahead and launch this little bad sucker by hand. So there are 3 speed modes: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. When it's in the advanced mode, it does do flips, but you have to be careful because if you hit too far over on the left or right stick, it will cause the quadcopter or hexacopter to do a flip. So there's not a flip button, so it's kind of annoying because you really do lose out on that third speed option, because you got to worry about the hexacopter doing some flips. So we'll just cruise it around here. Since it's black in color, it does make it a little bit harder to tell the orientation, especially with the 6 different motors. There are lights, red in the back, blue in the front, but they're difficult to see, while flying during the day. So I did notice a little bit of throttle dropout. We just saw it right there. It doesn't hold consistently as far as the throttle goes. There is a wind blowing in from the left to the right. As you can see, it's drifting downward as far as the throttle goes. Now you can increase the throttle on the transmitter itself. There's this throttle knob here, so we'll crank it all the way up, and hopefully that will prevent this throttle dropout. So we'll go ahead and hit the speed mode up one more time. So we're in full speed, so now we can start doing our 360 inversions. And as you can see, we just did a flip there. We'll flip to the right, and to do so you just hold on the stick and push it like so. Front flips, side flips. Now we need to get this thing back to us, get it out of the flip mode. So it is fun to fly. This is only my second flight, true first one with 2 functioning sticks. Like I said, on the first test flight that I took it on, one of the sticks fell off the transmitter, so I had to control the throttle and rudders with my thumb. So on your modes on this controller, mine were a little mixed up. Mode 2 wasn't actually mode 2, which is typically what all the other controllers I have, transmitters, use. So we'll kind of get a good look at it here. Nice side view. So it's a little manual in the way that it flies, but for the most part it seems to be doing well. I cranked up that throttle, which helped with the throttle dropout, so you can see it's just slightly dropping down a little bit lower. I don't think I'm going to get much lift out of this thing like with a GoPro or possibly like a Mobius camera.
What's up, boss?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Good. I had to end this video early. I was approached by a police officer right there at the end of the video. I was kind of flying in a remote canyon, so didn't think that there would be any issues there. Police officer asked me if I knew that my drone was supposed to be registered. I explained to him that I believed I had till February 2016 in order to register my drone. He agreed with me on that. He didn't know the exact date himself. So he also informed me that, it was a sensitive habitat where I was flying. There would be no way for me to know, no warning signs, no indicators of habitat and rehabilitation, no trespassing signs, anything of the nature. It seems like anything in California other than the sidewalk is basically a preserved habitat. So unfortunately I lost a place to be able to fly. Overall it was a good experience dealing with the police officer. He shared his handbook with me of new fines, penalties that will be imposed on anyone flying drones. So now I know, definitely get my drone registered by February 2016. And now I am a little bit more aware of the different guidelines that would be available. So if this video helped you out, definitely leave a like. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you got a drone, better get that thing registered.